and welcome to the Opera Chat with Martinovich Couple. My name is Diane Martinovich, and this is my husband, Boris. Hi, Boris.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
welcome to the show.
Yes, we are your hosts for tonight. The Opera Chat with Martinovich Couple is live streaming online broadcasted talk show hosting the leading people from the world of opera, classical music, theater, movie, art, and entertainment. Our goal is to promote you, to entertain you, to educate you, and to promote you all the stunning artists and art supporters whose performances and initiatives makes this life a better place to be. So I'm very honored to present you our wonderful guest for tonight. Our first guest is conductor, vocal coach, director, and professor. He's music director of Fenestrelle Summer Opera Festival. He's music director of San Marino Opera Festival. And he's also an extraordinary vocal coach who regularly holds very successful masterclasses all over the world, especially in Stockholm and Budapest. He's also working with the most important orchestras and the most important artists all over the world. And I'm very honored to present you Maestro Claudio Morbo. Hello and welcome.
Welcome,
Hi,
Maestro.
everybody. I'm very happy to be here with you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. So how are you? How is in Italy? Is it snowing? Because it's snowing here with us.
Yes, here is snowing, but I'm not in Italy. I'm in Hungary, and I'm closer to you. But it is snowing too.
Yeah. Well, when I was reading your biography, I read about your beginnings, that you graduated composition and orchestra conducting in Milano, and then you continued your education in Vienna with Erwin Eisel, and then you started your very successful career as opera conductor. And I was wondering, what were the main person, the main artists, and the main events that influenced your successful career from your beginnings?
I have to tell you that I am a very, very lucky man because I had the fortune to meet in my life a lot of people that helped me a lot and gave me the direction of the of what I wanted to do. I had wonderful teachers. My first teachers was Maestro Francesco Prestia, who first took me as his assistant, and I had the fortune. I was a student, but I had the fortune to be assistant of the great conductor. I met great singers. I remember once I was assistant in Saint-Étienne in France, and the Scarpia was Matteo Manguera. So I had the fortune to collaborate and to grow up among these great people. Then I went to Wien. In Wien, I met the Maestro Erwin Otzel, that was a conductor and director in the Szeged in Hungary. So I decided to move and to stay with him in that town, and it was a fantastic experience to work. And after, I became his assistant. In that town, I met one person that was extremely important for my life. I mean, the Maestro Burl Sanford Rosenberg, that you know very well, that is a great friend of Boris. And we met, 25, 26 years ago. And he was my balance. He gave me the direction, and we worked together many times. He asked me to start work with him as teacher in his master class and the conductor in his concerts. And last but not least, in Burl's house, I met Boris. So the circle is closed.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Well, with Burl, we were children together. Over 50 years ago, we spent a lot of time together going to the opera, and
I know.
we go way, 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 way back.
Yes. In one of our conversations before the show, you always highlight that you like conducting opera the most, that you are opera conductor. So why is that? And can you tell us what does it take for a conductor to become successful as an opera conductor? And is it different conducting opera than conducting symphony or some instrumental piece?
The answer is yes. It's totally different. Conducting opera, you have to love it, first of all. You can conduct it with the same mood as you are conducting a fantastic, beautiful Mozart, Beethoven, Brahms symphony. It's, it's different. You have to stay with the singer on the stage. You have to watch them in their eyes. You have to breathe with them, to suffer with them. And you have to know every opera in absolutely perfectly, because my teacher once told me opera is like playing football with a rugby balloon. You know when it's bouncing, because on the stage everything can happen, and you should be extremely careful to be able not to lose the sense. But I have to tell you that my love for opera was born in my family. My family, since I'm in three generations were opera lovers. My grandfather, my father, me, and my brother. I have to tell you, when we were teenager, when we were going to the holidays on the car with dad and mom, me and my brother were singing all the time, making crazy. you know, he's supposed to be a baritone and me a tenor, and we sang "Oh mi tu più non torni," and dad and mom have to stay in silence for these two crazy guys.
But in most all of operas, there's always an overture or intermezzo. I think we have an intermezzo from you.
Yes, we
Let's
have.
let's put it on.
Yeah. We are back in the studio with Boris and Maestro Morbo. This was wonderful. If I may recall, this was an intermezzo from Giacomo Puccini's Manon Lescaut, right?
Absolutely, yes. And the orchestra was the radio television from Albania in Tirana.
Great. And what was the occasion?
I often I go as a guest conductor to them, and every time I have the pleasure to play to conduct this wonderful Italian music, because the answer to your question, Mrs. Diana, was exactly that. I feel when I go abroad conducting this wonderful music, I feel like an ambassador of the Italian music, of the Italian culture. And you know, everywhere I go, you find people that, oh, Verdi, oh, Bellini, Puccini, we love it. It's fantastic, and it's so. I feel so happy and proud to have the chance. If you want, I have a little story, a short story that could be interesting.
Yes,
for
please.
you. A few years ago, I went in Sweden to conduct Puccini's Suor Angelica, and allow me to say two words about the opera. It's an extremely dramatic and tearful opera because Suor Angelica kills herself because she noticed that her little boy was dead. And I tell you that when we made the dress rehearsal the day before the performance, when at the end of the opera come a little boy, 5 years old, blonde with a white tunic, come on the stage to go to the Suor Angelica to stay with her, the music was so touching, so moving that the orchestra stopped down. They couldn't go on playing, and they have to stay to dry their tears.
But their tears.
They were crying, and I had to okay, 10 minutes stop because they couldn't play anymore. And this is the power of the opera, of the Puccini music. This quality to go direct to the soul of people. Also, they are very in the north of the Sweden, and you suppose they are strong Valkyren, but in front of the Puccini's music, they were crying like a baby, and the orchestra stopped for dry the tears on their face.
That's wonderful. And yes, Italian bel canto music from that period of time is absolutely something that we all in the world must be grateful for. And you Italian people should be proud, because this is enormously big cultural heritage that your ancestors left to you and to the rest of the world. When I was listening to you and reading your biography, I couldn't help to remember when I was studying singing and working as a young soprano. And it's not that unusual that very great conductors, opera conductors, are also very wonderful vocal coaches for singers. And I also read in your biography that you are also having master classes of Italian opera for singers all around the world. Can you share with us your experiences in working with singers, and what are you teaching them, and how they are reacting on everything that you are telling them?
I have to tell you that I am not a vocal coach. I always say to my students, I will not teach you singing, because I'm not a singer. I'm a conductor, and I try to teach everything is connected with the work, with that the singer makes when in a theater, in an opera house, they prepare a performance. That's why I created this this winning couple with Mr. Rosenberg, because he makes the vocal technique and I make the repertoire. There are two different things, and I don't step into his garden because I'm very respectful of his company. Of course, yes, and because there are two. You and Boris know very well, but maybe it's important for the audience. There are two simple Italian words that are simple words, but the meaning is absolutely huge: legato and fraseggio. Behind these two words, there is a huge experience that many singers have to study, because sometimes singers tell me, "Oh, of course, you are Italian and you would like that everybody speaks and everybody speaks and sings in Italian." No, I don't say that. I mean that when Puccini, when Verdi, when Donizetti wrote their masterwork, they had in mind the sound of Italian. If you sing O dolci mani, if you sing Pari siamo, io la lingua e gli al pugnale, you have to know exactly how is the sounding of the vowels, how is the presence of the consonantic sound. You have to build the phrase from the beginning, the Höhepunkt and the ending of the phrase, and you can do that only knowing how it sounds in Italian. And you know very well that great singers from all over the world speaks perfectly Italian. Boris speaks perfectly Italian. Burl speaks perfectly Italian, and all the great singers. That is what I want to say to my student. If you want to sing this repertoire, you have to learn the legato, the fraseggio, the traditions of the Italian. And I try to give this to them.
Wonderful. We will make a short break just to announce a wonderful academic program for singers, which will happen this summer. We are talking about Summer Academy for Singers. This is going to happen on the island of Ugljan in August the 1st until August the 15th. It's an academic program for all the opera and classical music singers, consisting of 40 days lessons of voice technique, yoga, stage movement, career advisement, acting, and there will be also a promotional opportunity for every singers. They will all have possibility to perform live in several concerts during the summer festival on the island. So let's watch their promotional video.
Okay.
Liviamo lieti carici che la bellezza infiora, e là fuggevo l'ora sinneria voluta, liviane dolci fremiti che suscita l'amore, poiché quell'occhio al cuore onnipotente va. Viviamo, amore fra i calici più cari.
Boris, you are one of the teachers Can you tell us a little bit more about the Summer Academy program for singers? Where is going to happen? What about the COVID situation in Croatia? Will people from abroad be able to travel to the island of Ugljan?
You're asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Yeah, we hope that everything will be good and safe and so on. Also, not only in Croatia but also in the world. But we don't have any COVID at the moment on the islands, and apparently everyone should know that most people who live over 100 are people who live on an island. Why there is many ideas, but I think it's because it's so calm and so beautiful. Nobody wants to die.
Okay, thank you. So
You're welcome.
for any of you who would like to have some more information about the Summer Academy for Singers, you can contact us after the show or simply go to the webpage of the International Voice Competition Boris Martinovich. You can find all the information there. And now we are going back to our guest, Maestro Claudio Morbo. I will also like to ask you about your recent projects. We are talking about two CDs. One was with one wonderful soprano, Eva Helde, and the second one was, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, the CD you recorded with the very well-known Hungarian baritone, Levente Molnar, 3 years ago. Okay, can you tell us a little bit more about it, please?
Yes, it was a great experience for me because 3 years ago they called me from Hungary because this young, fantastic young baritone, it was only 34 years old, now he's 37, but extremely talented. He sang all over the world, in Metropolitan, in Covent Garden, in München, in everywhere. And he wanted to record his first CD with the Italian repertoire. And they were looking a conductor to go with him in this adventure. So the production rented for us in the middle of Budapest an apartment, and we stayed together there with Maestro Rosenberg, 3 people, studying for 1 month like crazy with the piano and studying exactly what I was telling you before, the legato, the fraseggio, the sound, the sense of this beautiful repertoire. And at the end, we recorded with the best Hungarian orchestra, the MAV Symphony Orchestra, and we recorded a wonderful repertoire because he sings everything. The Verdi repertoire, like Ballo in Maschera, Otello, Falstaff, I Pagliacci, Andrea Chenier, but also bel canto repertoire like Donizetti, like Mozart, some Rossini, a very big CD. And the CD was released 2 years ago, and if somebody is want to listen to it, it's extremely easy to find it on Spotify, on YouTube, on Amazon. You can find it everywhere. Just Levente Molnar and my name even,
and people can listen
to it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you, Maestro Morbo. We will get back to you a little bit after. Now I would just like to present you one wonderful soprano from Chile. Her name is Mariana Alamos Ahumada, and she's one of the final contestants of the International Voice Competition Boris Martinovich. Mariana will sing for us aria Ritorna Vincitor from Giuseppe Verdi's opera Aida. I hope you will enjoy.
Ritorna vincitor avanti e dietro il carro un re, mio padre, e cattivi vento. Sana corona mi sperdete al seno d'un padre, la figlia rendete. Struggete, struggete, struggete le squadre dei nostri oppressor. Sventurata che dissi ed amore mio, dunque scordar passeo questo fare vedo amore che oppressa e schiava come raggio di sol cui imprecherò la morte a rodames a portanto non fu in terra mai da più crudeli angosce un core affranto. So che nome de madre davanti ne proferir passeo, ne ricordar per l'un, per l'altro confuso trovante, io piangere vorrei pregar, ma la mia prece in mestagna si nota, delito il pianto poi sospir in notte cupolamente perduta e nell'ansia crudel vorrei morir.
Well, this was Mariana Alamos, one of the final round contestants of the International Voice Competition, Boris Martinovich. And now I'm very honored and very, very pleased to present you our second guest. He's a wonderful conductor. He's associate professor at the World Mission University in Los Angeles, California. He's music director and conductor of LAKMA, Los Angeles Korean American Music Association in Los Angeles. He's music director and conductor of La Primavera Opera Company in Los Angeles, and also a radio presenter, Classical Journeys Gospel Broadcasting Company in LA, and also music director, The Way Church in Los Angeles, California. I'm honored to present you our second guest, Maestro Im Sang Yoon. Hello,
Hello.
Hello, and
Hello.
Hello, Maestro.
how are
Yes,
you?
I'm very honored. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. I'm very honored being here. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, and we are very happy to have you here. So, how is in Los Angeles today? We already mentioned that it's snowing here in Europe. Is it sunny?
Yeah, it's sunny. It's a kind of natural. It's a spring. Yeah, but in this area, as the COVID situation is still severe. So yeah.
Oh yeah, we've heard that there is still lockdown presented and the companies are not
Right.
working and theater, but hopefully it's going to be better. We all hope for that and
We
pray
hope
for
so.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was reading your biography, I've read that you graduated from Chunggang University in Seoul, in Korea, and then you decided to move to the United States. To live here and to work here and to continue your education in Los Angeles. So, can you share with us what inspired you to decide to go from Korea to Los Angeles? What were the circumstances and opportunities for you?
Yes. My undergraduate major was in voice, mine in piano. Even since I was young, I've always helped out with church choir and conducting, gaining small experiences. However, it wasn't until freshman year that my interest toward conducting and church choir grew. Conducting, during that time, I started the conducting in the freshman time. So during junior year, it was the time where I had to serve Korean military service for 2 years. And this gave me the opportunity to think about my undergraduate degree and possible pathway towards conducting as a graduate degree. It helped me realize that I wanted to aim for higher education outside my home country. My eyes shifted toward in USA as my goal for graduate program in conducting. This was the start of my life changing journey. After finishing the military duty, I finished my undergraduate program and came to United States 1991. I did my master's degree in choral conducting at USC. At that time, my choral conducting professor is Dr. William Denning, and last two semester at USC, I've got started the instrumental conducting with Hans Beer. Hans Beer was Karl Orff's student, yeah, and late 20th century, he was very famous opera conductor. So, as a person who majored in vocal music, it was an opportunity to learn and deepen my understanding toward instrumental conducting. After finish the master program, I decided to go to American Conservatory in Chicago to orchestra in order to conducting more instrumental side. At the time, a famous professor, his name is Richard Schultz, was an assistant conductor in the Chicago Symphony Orchestra and the chair of the Telemann Society. When I was first met with Richard, he performed the Tchaikovsky Symphony Number 5 with the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. In that time, I was inspired by his charisma and interpretation of that Tchaikovsky symphony. So I could learn his charisma and interpretation, diversity, instrument music, and include some opera music too. Yeah, that is my journey of my conducting
Wonderful.
study. Yeah.
Wonderful and very inspiring. Now, I would like to play now one video from one of your wonderful performances. And then after the video, we would like to ask you to tell us a little bit more about it. But
Okay.
let's hear the video first. Thank you.
Okay, let's go.
Wow, what a wonderful music. And if I'm not mistaken, that was in Los Angeles in Walt Disney Concert Hall.
Concert, right? Yeah.
Yes, and this is my
That
last.
was
Yeah, please
that was
explain to us.
2018, I think. I remember the peace concert. The singer is a very famous young Korean singer in Los Angeles
Yeah.
area. Actually, she was our school student. She studied the master's program in here, and I'm sorry, she moved to USC and finished her artistic diploma. She's active working here and even Korea right now.
Wonderful. And
Yeah.
Oh, good, good,
she's
good.
wonderful singer. And the music is so powerful. And
Mhm.
is it Korean music, Korean composer?
Yeah, actually, that is most famous Korean folk song, Arirang. But that is arranged by Jung Jun An to make a solo stuff. So almost 100 Korean people know that music because that's the most famous one. Yeah. So that
Wonderful.
is also I conducting just instrumental in 2019, same Disney Hall. In that time, I conducted with Jewish Symphony Orchestra. So I introduced Jewish community in that music. They also very happy to listen that music. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
And we saw on the video logo of LAKMA. We
Mhm.
already mentioned that you are also music director and conductor
Mhm.
of Los
Mhm.
Angeles Korean American Music Association. And this was also a peace concert, one of your projects that you are doing with association. So can you tell us a little bit more about the association? What is it that you are doing there and what kind of projects
Great.
and your performances there?
Yeah. LAKMA standard Los Angeles Korean American Musicians Association. It is the corporate parent organization of the Los Angeles Korean American Philharmonic Orchestra and Choral, which is called LAKFAIR. LAKMA was formed in 2012 as a non-profit organization of instrumental and vocal musicians from diverse ethnic cultures and backgrounds throughout Southern California. We bring traditional Korean music to new audiences, along with important classical, symphonic, and choral works also. So to understand LAKMA, it is helpful to understand some of the history of Korea, having been occupied and dreadfully abused by its occupiers, having been divided after World War II, if and then invade from the north in a war that are not yet over. Even now, Korean people live daily in fear of bombardment from the oppressive reign in the north. To understand LAKMA, it is helpful to understand Korean people desire for peace and unity and their concern for their fellow countrymen in the south as well as in the north. The wishes of LAKMA are similar to the wishes of those who are oppressed throughout in the world. People who hope for peace and love. Keeping with our mission, we provide financial support for children and the elderly and the sick and the poor. And we support students with an interest to continue the traditional of our music culture. And we are socially active because of recent events of anti-Asian violence in America during the last week happened in Atlanta. We have a create program of safely performing peace concert outdoors, string ensembles, to demonstrate the good that comes when people of different backgrounds come together to cooperate and make beautiful music. That is maybe we will do that during the next week and then the day after next week. There's a short-term plan right now, and long-term plan. We have a big project of Verdi Requiem, even in here, Paraguay, if it possible, go to Europe area. So starting on end of this year or starting beginning next year, that is a kind of big project because after Corona virus, many people pass away. So we have memory to them in around the world. So that is kind of big project in our LAKMA. Yeah,
That's wonderful. Thank you very much. And thank you for this wonderful work that you are doing with LAKMA. I think that all the people around the world need goodness in everything that is surrounding us these days. We will make, thank you very much, Maestro. We will invite our third guest now, and we will definitely come back to you a little bit later. Thank you.
Okay.
So that was wonderful, Maestro Im Sang-yoon from Los Angeles in California. And now I'm inviting our third guest in the studio. He's very charming and very wonderful tenor from Bulgaria. He's also a vocal pedagogue and he's also stage director. But before I invite him in studio, let's hear one of his wonderful performances.
Okay.
Szatnie cil. O Boże, нет мне не мочь, тесница грудной szatnie cil. Боже, не дай врагу сносить, что я сносил. И душу мне, и сердце так язвет. Прощай, на свете не жилец, глагола Грация ночь, не легче Прощай, Оксана, ах, навек, прощай.
Согласно убивать, о смерти думает Апони. Но поглядите-ка, мешки.
Hello again.
Hello
And
back.
I'm very pleased to announce you
Hello.
our third guest, Maestro Ivailo Mikhailov. Hello and welcome to the studio.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you after so many years. I'm so happy, Mrs. Martinovich and Mr. Martinovich, to see you again.
Thank you
Because
very
you
much.
know, I'm your
The pleasure is mine and ours.
That was wonderful performance. And can you tell us a little bit more about where was this performance and what was the opera? What was the occasion?
This is I like very much to sing rare
Operas.
titles. This is a title from Tchaikovsky, Cherevichky, or in Italian Stivaletti. And for example, now I am in Gdansk in Poland, where I'm singing a rare title from Debussy, L'Enfant Prodigue. And this performance was 6 years ago. There was this possibility for me to sing in this opera with Maestro Donato Renzetti, and the stage director was Yuri Alexandrov, and the soprano here is Victoria Yastrebova. So my colleague was sick, and I have to sing this opera nine times, one after.
In
And
a row.
from Rai TV, they decided to register the last one. So I'm so tired on this.
No, but you look.
But very happy, and I was singing. I remember I was singing to Maestro Renzetti. 9 giorni fatica. Was laughing with me, but as Maestro Morbo tell before, it is very important the people you are meeting in your life, the people like Boris, like Maestro Renzetti, Yuri Alexandrov, and people like my teacher Keludi Keludov, and because of these people, I'm on this level I'm reaching now, and I'm looking to reach another levels also in vocal coaching profession. From 3 years, I'm assistant of a rector of Plovdiv Academy of music, dance, and fine arts, and this is a high school, and the rector is Professor Tony Shikirjieva. I'm collaborating there with Maestro Varvanov, and we are the unique academy in Bulgaria with the possibility to make graduation with full opera role. So I'm there also stage director. And I like to work also this work with the students about the the singing, it is very difficult in this situation, a COVID situation. And I was thinking these days how the words are changing, the meaning. For example, before we had many situations with beautiful girls, and now we have COVID situation. But this is.
My husband is very clever. He's silent. He doesn't want to make any kind of comment when you
No,
mention beautiful girls.
He has no microphone, maybe. He has.
Yes. Well,
I don't want to get in trouble afterwards.
When you're talking about, yes, I agree with you. The situation has changed, and I think that we all have two choices. Or we find the way to continue to work, but simply to change the way we do it, or we simply don't do nothing and just wait for COVID to stop. And I think we are happy that we are living in modern time and that we have internet. Of course, you will probably agree with me that when we are speaking about performances or voice lessons or any lessons, online lessons are not the same like lessons or performances in public. But at least singers are doing something. At least they are not, sitting at home and simply doing nothing. Yes. That's the same with the students.
For example, in the theater I'm working now, Opera Balticka, Opera Gdansk, and this performance, if something happened with the closing of the theaters and everything, this performance will take place on internet. So I think this is a very progressive decision from part of the stage director Maestro Pokojski, and the conductor Maestro Florencio. And I'm so helpful of that I have the possibility finally to work, to do something.
Yeah, that is what I wanted to tell you, because when we were making arrangements and talking, you and me, the other day, you told me that you are having a rehearsal. And I think that every possibility to have a rehearsal or to perform is something extraordinary, I think, now for every artist. And that we should all be grateful for such an opportunity. I also want
to... But also, excuse me, and the whole opera world discovered the camera operas and the camera concerts, which is very important. For example, 2 weeks ago, I had my performance in the city I'm living, Plovdiv, with the songs of Puccini. And when I'm doing something with my students, for example, I'm doing short operas, 35, 40 minutes. For example, Bastian and Bastiana, Giocatore, Cherubini, Bataclan, Offenbach. They are short, and the risk is not so big to take some virus home.
Yes. I think it's wonderful solutions, because it's important that students continue to practice, continue to work. Okay, and I also wanted to ask you, what is your teaching philosophy? How do you work with your students? What do you think? What are the challenges you are facing when you are working with your students? Because we all know that Bulgarian voices and Romanian voices, Slavic voices are very big, beautiful.
All Balkans.
Yeah, all Balkans. Yeah, and that generally it's a place that gave a lot of extraordinary world top singers in the past and now. So what is your teaching philosophy when you're working with young students?
In this period, this situation actually for me was very, I don't know how to tell you, very good period, because I have the possibility finally to finish my PhD, and I am with my wife. We describe in medical university a course of psychoanalysis. So from this point of view, one stage director can again analyze the characters in the opera from the point of view of psychoanalysis. My students, I teach them when I work with them acting, I teach them to work always with intention, but not to doing mechanic movements. And the vocal teaching, it's a secret.
We understand. How do you say when my husband cooks, because he cooks perfectly, and when he
Me
cooks
too.
something, yeah, I know, I've heard from Boris. and when I ask him, when he cooks something amazing, and then I ask him, oh, this is so delicious, so can you tell me what the recipe, what did you put inside? And he said, no master reveals his recipes and secrets. So I guess
Yes.
so I guess this is the situation with you as well.
Sure,
Okay. Thank you very much, Ivailo. We will get back to
You're
you
welcome.
shortly. Yeah, we will get back to you shortly. And now, as probably many of you know, that we are reaching out to the final round of the International Voice Competition Boris Martinovich, which will happen on next Sunday, March 28, on live streaming, online broadcasted concert. And it's starting at noon or 12 p.m. Central European Time Zone. Yes, I've said it correctly. So just look for a shortly promotional video of the final round contestants. Well, these were 27 singers, finalists of the International Voice Competition Boris Martinovich, which will then sing for us live on next Sunday, March 28, starting from noon Central European Time. And we are coming back to the studio with our wonderful guests. I hope you enjoyed. And I have one question for you all, since you are all with Boris, jury members of International Voice Competition, Boris Martinovich. Can you share with us, what do you think are competitions important for young students of singing and young professional opera singers or classical music singers? That is a question for you all.
Who will be first?
Who will be first?
Boris.
Okay, you want to go first, Maestro Morbo? Please go ahead.
Thank you. First of all, allow me to congratulate with my mates in these two performances that I listened to. Was really stunning, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you. I want to tell you that competitions are extremely important for young singers because it's the only way to taste, to have the sense of what the other guys, what the other singers are doing, to compare themselves with the other level. And I want to tell you that if they only one is the winner, but the other shouldn't be sad or should be depressed if they don't arrive at the top, because you should never, you learn to never give up. You know, Mrs. Martinovich, my motto is never give up. If you allow me my little story, just 30 seconds.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
You know, when Giuseppe Verdi was a young boy, was a teenager, he tried to enter to study in the Milano Conservatorio. And he went to Milano and tried, he had an examination, but they kicked him out. They say, oh no, you are not talented, you are not gifted, goodbye. And he was very sad for that. And he studied by himself, and he had a good career. Don't you think about it? It was a good career. And when he died on January the 27th of 1901, the day after, the Conservatorio of Milano changed its name in Giuseppe Verdi, and now is the Conservatorio Giuseppe Verdi, the name. So I say to everybody, don't be sad if somebody kicks you out from somewhere. Maybe one day your name will be their name. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, Maestro Im, you want to go a second?
Yes. Why is this competition is important? I'm gonna say two things. First one, generally we well known to give an opportunity for the singers to gain stage experience. This kind of generally important. But second is very important. As we know, nowadays the opera market is very decreased. Not only European and especially Korea is very decreased. So this kind of competition have to do the more to make alive the opera market. So that is, I think, is very important. So this Boris Martinovich competition, I think, is it will become the more worldwide, very well-known competition. With that, I pray that. Yeah.
Thank you, Maestro. Ivailo, what do you think?
I completely agree with our maestros, and I want to tell another thing. We are going to concerts to compare each other, but finally we have to reach as artists. To reach the conscience, we have not to compare and to be happy, to discover ourselves, to discover what our soul, and to be happy with we are doing right now. And I want to tell to Maestro Yun, I was very happy to hear, very pleased to hear the piece Ari Rank, which I heard in North Korea, my period in North Korea. I wish you to never go there.
Yeah, that is, that's not only South Korea, but North Korea people. They are also very interested in the Arirang. Yeah,
I was thinking this is North Korea song. But
I see.
So beautiful, so beautiful.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Bye.
And can you just tell one more thing, because our contestants are watching this show and they will probably be very much interested to know, when you will judging them, what will you pay attention to? How will you judge the contestants? What is important from your point of view for a singer to have and to show at his or her performance in order to get an award or be judged very highly? Maestro Morbo, would you like to start again? Or maybe you, Maestro?
Okay, I'm going to tell you just very briefly. This is very important to understand and study the composer's original intention. In particular, you must study the origin of the text to understand what they are trying to say and express it. That's very important. I'm gonna see it like that.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
very
you.
good, very good.
Thank you. Maestro Morbo or Ivailo, who wants to go first?
The same.
Okay. Okay, Maestro, you want to go first?
Thank you. I have already answered because when I was talking about my point of view about teaching, I was telling about the legato, the fraseggio, these typical things of the bel canto tradition. But let me tell you one thing more. One of the neuralgic point of singing, of professional singing, is the recitativo. Recitativo is the most difficult part to sing, to give exactly the sense of your character. And sometimes singers are not recitativo is quite boring because they want to go to the aria and maybe to the cabaletta and to jump on the high notes and show the beauty of his voice. I tell you, it's exactly the opposite. Allow me to say that the cabaletta is the easiest part. The aria is difficult, but the recitativo is the most difficult part. And when a singer is able to face the recitativo with the correct intention, with the correct technique, with the good legato and a beautiful full sound, okay, I agree.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.
Ivailo?
For me, it's very important to something to touch me. It's not important the body, the size of the body, the vision, and nothing, but something in the voice touching the soul, and it is very important for me. And the quality of the voice also.
And in order to be able to touch audience, do you think that the quality of performance and level of vocal technique, bel canto or some other technique, is important, right?
Of course.
Yes. Okay. And Boris, you're also judging. So what will you judge in the final round?
It's very simple. It has to be everything together to make it sense. It's the whole combination. It's the whole shamil, as we say. It's not only just a pretty voice that will be the best. You have to also have the feelings. You have to have the technique. You have to have the pressaggio. You have to have. It's the combinations which makes somebody a great singer, compared to someone who is just still beginning. And sometimes you can recognize a wonderful voice that has potential to go somewhere bigger. And so we are there to help them, and that's why we are doing this, to help young singers to become great singers.
Yes, thank you very much. So we've reached our end. Thank you very much for being here with us, and it was such a wonderful and exciting communication with you all. And I'm very happy that we had an opportunity to host you today in our show. So thank you again. And we will be seeing you next Sunday on the final round of the International Voice Competition. So stay happy, healthy, and kisses and hugs to you and to your family. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for being with
Bye
us.
now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, we've reached the end. This was the third episode of the Opera Chat with Martinovich Couple, and we had wonderful guests. Maestro Claudio Morbo from Italy, Maestro Im Sang-Yoon from Los Angeles in California, and Maestro Ivailo Mihailo from Bulgaria. And for the end, we will be listening to another final round contestant of the International Voice Competition, Boris Martinovich. Her name is Astrid Bohm, and she is a wonderful German soprano. And she will be singing, I think it's Seguidia from a famous aria from Georges Bizet's opera Carmen. And stay happy and stay healthy. We wish you a lot of peace and happiness and love, and we will be seeing you in 14 days in our fourth episode of the Opera Chat with Martinovich Couple, where we will be hosting wonderful world-known soprano Svetla Vasileva, and we are very happy to have this opportunity to host her in our show. So a lot of love from me and from my husband, and see you in 14 days. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Oui, mi tutte se lo sa lui, e le fratelli si sotto